Mr. Harvey Perry. How you doing this morning, Harvey?
Doing awesome.
Awesome. Listen, really happy and excited that you're here. Your story's incredible. I think everybody needs to hear it. Um, Harvey and I have been friends for what? Probably 40 years.
Yes.
Long time, long time. And we watch each other kind of go up and down in life and maintain friendship because he's such a sweetheart of a guy. So, Harvey, today I want to go over a few things. I know that you sat in my financial literacy workshop a few times learning things. Talk to me about what was your biggest takeaway sitting in those workshops and listening to me teach the other people?
The most important thing to me was that because of my age, currently 55 right now, and that it's never too late to make some changes in your life and make some choices. And, life is not over,
No, I 100% agree. It's never too late because we wake up every day and we go do what we need to do in life. You got your job or you're an entrepreneur and I'm an entrepreneur and you're an entrepreneur yourself. So it's never too late. People should never give up no matter how old they are, right? We're in our mid-late 50s right now. But I talk about in the workshop, I'm going to lay it out for you guys out there, 12 different topics. And what I talk about out there is mindset. I talk about goals. I talk about tradition, then money. I talk about the rule of 72, credit, which everybody really gets a big one out of that. Savings, investing. I talk about taxes. Another big one that we like to talk about is asset protection, which is vital. Then we talk about retirement. And then most importantly, at the end, an action plan, right? Because a lot of people are out there, Harvey, as you are, and always trying to absorb as much information as you can. But unless you take action, Harvey, what happens?
That's the thing. You have to take the first step, because if you don't take the first step, you're going to be stationary and you get content in life. And next, life goes by. And one thing you can't get back is time.
You're absolutely right. Time is our most valuable asset, 100%. Talk to me about what kind of a mindset shift did you have after coming to my workshop?
Well, the first thing that I realized, like I said, because of my age and actually growing up here in Vegas and I guess living the Vegas lifestyle, you make a lot of money and you spend a lot of money and you look up, you're in your 40s and your 50s and you have not accomplished the things that you want in life. And most people get content and just relax and believe life is over. And upon attending the workshop, gave me a jolt. It really shook my cage, and I started pursuing other things as self-education. I actually started a small cleaning business shortly after the first class. So I was really inspired, man, to just do better.
Well, thank you. Thank you. That means a lot to me. And that's my whole purpose when I was doing those workshops, because they were free, right?
Right.
I don't charge for them. And I'm doing this podcast. This is free, right? So you had a mindset shift because early in your life, right? We all go to school, we get out of school. Share with me, who talked to you about money? Did anybody ever try to educate you? Hey, Harvey, do X, Y, Z with your money. You should do this. You should do that. Anybody talk to you about that?
Not at all. As a pursuing, trying to gain financial, in life, it's not told. And as I grew up and I started talking to people outside of my immediate family, I understood that it was not my parents' fault, because their parents did not teach them and show them about financial education and financial literacy.
Can you remember how far back when you kind of realized, man, I better figure this out, and started to poke around? How old do you think you were when you figured out that I need to figure this out?
I probably was, I believe, 27 years old when I first started my own business. And, I just did not want to work for anyone. Of course, I've worked for multiple people, multiple companies here in the state of Nevada, but I always wanted to do my own thing and have my own freedom. And so I probably was like 27 years old, and when I first started my first cleaning company.
And so when you did that and you, okay, like anybody else, new business, you struggle in the beginning and then you start to make money. What did you end up doing with your money?
Um, Not the right thing, to be honest with you. Because the more money you make, the more bills you create, especially if you don't have that financial education. I get in conversations with people all the time. They talk about hitting the lottery. I mean, hell, they can't budget $300. They can't budget $3,000. All of a sudden, they believe that you're going to wake up, uh, 50, $60 million, that you're going to know what to do. And that's not true. It just doesn't happen that way.
You're exactly right. A lot of people do believe that, right? That's just the big pie in the sky dream that they do. But I want to go a little deeper. So because I'm sure there's a lot of people out there that kind of went down that same road, right? Young entrepreneurs like, man, I don't want to go trade time for money and work my butt off and get this small check at the end of the week or bi-weekly or what have you. And you decided, as I did, I think I was 22 when I first figured out, you know what? No boss for me. I'll be my own boss. Thank you. But then, we've both made a lot of money in our careers. And for me personally, oh hell, I 20 years. All I thought I needed to do, the more money I make, my lifestyle grew.
Right.
You saw my lifestyle.
Right.
I mean, I built me a big mansion house and just
Right.
lived great. But I want to know what you were doing, and some of the people out there maybe can parallel what you did right back there, when you started actually to make some money, other than like lifting your lifestyle, and talk to me about the lifestyle when you started to lift it. What were your aspirations? Because you weren't thinking about, hey, I need to put money away. I need to start investing. What was your mindset? What were you doing?
Well, at that time, I was very careless. I tell people, man, I probably gave away and lost more money than people have made in their life, because I was really making some money. Started my own business. Then I started doing security work, private security work, dealing with a lot of wealthy people, came into Vegas. And so, like I said, the more money I made, the more money I spent, as a gambling and, investing in materialistic things, such as jewelry and fur coats. I came through the Mike Tyson area, the Sugar Ray Leonard, the Caesar's Palace. So, I didn't have anyone tap me on my shoulder and say, hey, young man, buy dirt. You know, I just didn't surround myself around those people. So I partied. I partied. The more money I made, no drugs and things like that, but just hanging out, spending money, and just actually, man, I took care of a lot of people. Helping them out financially as of buying materialistic things. The crazy part about it, when I first got my first credit card at 18 years old, the first thing I did is I called my best friend and we went to a jewelry store and I bought him a gold chain, a watch, and bracelet. And we're both 55. We just had this conversation the other day and he laughed at me. And I said, hell, you never paid me back still.
That's funny.
So, it's man, it's really hard, man. It's really tough when you don't have anyone in your immediate circle telling you, and let alone showing you, but even telling you what you need to do. And, we have this thing that we want the right now, right now. We don't see the future and what it could be, so I was lost. And, just hanging out.
And you know what? That still happens today. Would you agree?
Oh, no question.
I mean, you got your 25, 28, 30, whatever year olds, and they're in the same mindset. They're like, I'm living for today. Man, I just made me a bag of money. I'm buying this, I'm buying that. But they're not buying the right things. Just picture and imagine. Again, you and I both grew up here. And the cost of dirt back in the day, buying a piece of land, sitting on it, man, you'd be sitting somewhere different today, right?
Right, exactly.
But again, we talked before about, man, we are the 5 people we hang with.
Exactly.
You are. Everybody out there, you need to check your inventory of your friends. I know you and I had this conversation just, again, we've had it multiple times, like 6 months ago, and you called me and you said, hey, Kev, I cleaned house. I'm like, what are you talking about? He goes, remember we talked about you are the 5 people you hang around with? I said, yeah. You go, I cleaned house. I want to make sure I'm hanging around the right people. Let's talk to the people out there. How important really is that lesson? Because, you know a lot of people, but talk to me about that lesson.
It's very important that you surround yourself around people who bring energy, positive energy, and bring a certain level of value to the table. And by being here and growing up with people that I've been knowing all my life, I had to look in the mirror and say, hey, I need to do what's best for me. Like at the beginning of the year, everyone's always talk about who they're deleting off of their social media. And I tell people the first person you should delete is yourself. You should delete your old way of thinking. And you need to be honest and look in your mirror and be honest and say, hey, is it working for me? The people you're interacting with, even the way you speak. I tell people to change your world, you got to change your words. You just got to put yourself in a very positive situation for yourself. And people got to understand the word. What's in the word selfishness? Self. So you really have to care about yourself, and you have to isolate to elevate. It's okay to be alone. What grows from the dark? Beautiful roses. You know what I'm saying? Beautiful flowers. And, we find ourselves in situations where we have to interact with people. We have to go here. We have to go there. And, for me, I just put myself in a situation and I just said, hey, I'm investing myself as seminars, reading books, and, just surrounding myself around people who were moving in the same direction, and that's the most important thing. It's okay to be a copycat if you copying the right cat.
So if you like this clip and you want to watch another one, click right here. If you want to watch the whole podcast episode, then go ahead and click right here. Okay? Do me a favor. If you haven't subscribed already, please subscribe. And if you want to hit the notification bell, you'll get notified every time we release a new video out for you, whether it's the clip or the whole podcast. So hope you get a lot of value, and I'll see you guys on the next one.